morning to all our viewers. I've got Keith on my left here after a week off, Keith, with the flu. And it's Chris Samuels here, the General Manager of the league. And it's damn cold, Keith.
It's very cold. It's very cold, yes. General soreness last week, Chris.
Okay. Well, look, we're in the drill change rooms because this is where the action is in the coaches' rooms. And we'll get on with what happened in round 10 with Keith. There were some interesting matches. Probably just whiz through them very quickly. Bairnsdale Leongatha.
Well, that was probably the big win of the weekend, was Bairnsdale going to Leongatha, coming out a good winner, came from behind at half time. Had the win to come up and draw level with Traralgon on points. Puts them still in the hunt for the five. They've got to do a fair bit of work from here on in because there's a lot of percentage to make up, so they've really got to get a game ahead of Traralgon. But yeah, no, really good win for Bairnsdale down there. I see one of your favourite guys for Bairnsdale was known best, Kane
Ashwood?
Ashwood, yeah. So he's actually had a really good month. Looking through it. He's been very good, and Gibbsy, of course, chipped in with 5 goals, which was probably very important at the finish.
Yeah, the 10 kilo line of Gibbsy, he's going along very well. But poor old Leongatha, it looks like, you know, we've just about got to say now, or we've got to say now, unfortunately 2013 is probably a year they want to just forget.
Well, they can forget it. The season's gone, and that was their really last chance to make a push, and now they've got to go to Sale this week to really top it off.
So that's not too good.
Won't be many parties in Leongatha this week.
Okay, Maffra Moe. Moe went up to Maffra, but unfortunately not that long. It's a reasonably short trip for them, but yeah, they went over there. Sheen kicked another 10. He's kicked, I think, 50 odd goals for the year, and 20 of them have come up against the poor old Moe Lions.
He kicked 51 actually. He got 7 in the first quarter. In conditions, apparently, the reports I had, I can't believe the Maffra ground is that bad, and they actually transferred the under-16 game to another venue.
Yeah, to their junior.
So we must give Jimmy Hill a phone call and say, Jim, it's perhaps time to stop the watering of the ground.
They had about 10 inches over 10 days, so poor old Jim's been busy trying to get all the drains working and everything. So well done there, Jim, and I'm sure you want a week off it, so you'll get a week off it this year. But yeah, obviously Maffra too good, and then we had Wonthaggi. You know, this was the blockbuster for the weekend, I think. Oh, it was actually 2, but Wonthaggi Moore was very important, and Moore 2 losses now.
Yeah, 2 losses. Yeah, it's interesting. I was just thinking about it at the weekend. It now makes a bit of a test for Harnett. We'll, excuse me. We'll see how it goes from now on. How he brings the side back after 2 losses. I understand Julian Blackford has perhaps gone for a fair while with a hamstring injury, listed as indefinite. So that's a big hole in their defence, and they're going to have to make some readjustments. But they haven't actually been kicking great scores. You know, 8 goals last week against Wonthaggi, only 8 goals the week before against Sale. Their forwards aren't doing the job. Their defence is still doing pretty well, but somehow they've got to find a way to kick a few goals.
Yeah, I mean, it's just. You know, okay, unbeaten, lose to Sale, you know, well, that's top of the ladder, but, you know, Wonthaggi's overtaken them now, so it's a, we'll see how good the Tigers are.
Yeah, I don't think anyone should underestimate Wonthaggi either, and, yeah, Moore obviously came up against another very good opponent, and with a 6-day break, and, yeah. Wonthaggi going along nicely. They're going to have a couple of interesting tests over the next 2 or 3 weeks, so we'll get a better gauge on them then.
Well, it's interesting. I think it just reinforces how much Wonthaggi have improved, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, Sale Traralgon again. This was probably built up to be, you know, another match of the round, and I think we all expected a much closer result. But Sale came down to Traralgon and sort of, you know, said, okay, Traralgon, you might be the big knob of the Gippsland League, but we're going to knock you off on your own home territory.
Yeah, well, they actually thumped them.
I was just trying to be nice to Q and Leah, sorry.
Yeah, no, they got a fair thumping. Sales obviously starting to get back right into full nick, and yeah, I think they're running on pretty nicely. Sales. Traralgon still haven't beaten the side above them in the ladder. They've had 5 goes. They got, I think, 130 this week. Then only got another 2 after that. So yeah, interesting Traralgon.
Okay, and then we had the final one on the Sunday, the local derby down here in the western end of the league, and unfortunately for the Druin Hawks, they just couldn't come up with the extra 2 goals, 13 points they needed to keep the goals at bay.
Yeah, it would have been a really nice day at the footy on Sunday if it hadn't been about -5 degrees. Northeasterly off the mountains was really cold, but enjoyable day, entertaining game, played in really good spirit, hard spirit between the 2 clubs. I think probably at the end of the day the better side won, but yeah, encouraging effort from Druin. I was a little bit disappointed in Warringah in some respects, seen them 2 weeks out of 3 now. Thought they were probably making some bigger steps than they actually had.
Okay, no worries. Well, we'll go on to round, let's get it right, I'm sure it's round 11 coming up, Keith. I've got to check that because as Rod McLeish says, I'm always getting it wrong. But anyway, round 11 on the 29th of June. So we'll go Moe versus Druin.
Yeah, probably the hardest game of the lot to pick. Moe hasn't had a win. Druin's only had 1. It was against Moe, and I think that was a game where first half was Moe's, second half was Druin's. So they haven't. Neither of them have got that winning habit. So it'll be interesting. I think for Druin, you know, there's a few injury worries and doubtfuls at this stage. Matches at Moe, yeah, I don't know. It's a toss-up game. I just hope it's a good game, and yeah.
I think Moe will be throwing everything at it, as will Druin, of course. But as you say, it's sort of, gee, you know, came down here, lost at Druin, there, Druin's heading back up. I'd say Moe would be sitting here thinking, you know, this is our chance, So Druin had better be careful and really watch out because, you know, I'm feeling that Moe might actually win this.
Yeah, the thing that I think may give Moe an edge is they got some really good quality, experienced players around the ball in James Blazer, Lee Shee and Peter Ainsworth. Great, and congratulations to him last week on 250 games.
And still playing good footage.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we'll go to Warragul hosting Morwell.
Yeah, well, this becomes interesting, you know. Warragul's just a game behind Traralgon and Bairnsdale would like to keep their hopes alive for a bit longer. Probably a good time to catch Morwell at Warragul. Morwell coming off a couple of losses, an injury or 2. Yeah, interesting. I think Morwell will probably bounce back and win, but by gee, they're gonna earn it.
Oh well, Harmon will have to, you know, be back on that back line and get his general or his attitude and get his generalship going because this is very important to them. They don't want to lose, you know, get any distance here with the top 2. So I would say that, I mean, I know top 3, but it's important that they try and get back into that second, possibly first, and I'm sure Harmon will be pulling out all, you know, strings to actually get back up there.
They seem to be lacking that go-to forward. I don't think Lachlan Dowling has really come up so far this year, and he needs to give them that target, and then the other guys can feed off that. But yeah,
their key players have struggled a bit, haven't they, the last 2 weeks? I mean, and they should be performing against the top sides. But anyway, Armit, good luck, mate. I'm sure you'll be watching this to get the well-versed opinions. But anyway, we've got Wonthaggi hosting Traralgon now. You know, Traralgon's got to do something here, and Wonthaggi's got to keep winning.
Well, I don't know whether Traralgon's got to do something. They can still hold on to fifth spot if they just keep beating the sides below them. But and they have a good percentage. But again, yeah, I know something. Obviously, he's not gelling at Traralgon when it comes to the big games. Here's another chance. We'll see how they go. But yeah, I was analysing some of the figures earlier today, and one thing, he's had the least score kicked against them of any side in the league.
And good defence.
Yeah, well, and I think a lot of that is that the midfielders really get back and work hard in defence, and they've got some great players there. Ware, White, there's probably a few more W's.
The Ruckman, Shaw,
so they're doing pretty well. I think at home they'll probably beat Traralgon.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you there.
There's only 2 points in it when they played earlier in the year.
Yeah, so anyway, and then we have Sale hosting Leongatha, and I think the Magpies might be will peck the poor old Parrots, I'd suggest.
Well, you got one side that's really on a roll, getting into full swing, and another side which is on a doubt. And the interesting thing with Leongatha will be to see how it does face up to the rest of the season, where it goes from here. I looked at their team list last week, and it's pretty good. It's a pretty good list as far as personnel goes, but
got to get them out in the park.
They're just not producing.
Yeah. All right. Well, and then we've got the big one on the Sunday, which is the return. Bairnsdale hosting Maffra. Earlier in the year, Bairnsdale travelled down to Maffra and actually inflicted a defeat.
Yeah.
And now Bairnsdale's at home and wanting to keep winning so that they're in touch with the five. So, I mean, this will be a fantastic game, I think.
Well, it's a lot at stake for both, and Bairnsdale won their last 3 games. Haven't been, you can say they haven't been overly impressive wins, but there's 3 wins in a row. Not many people put that together. One thing he's put together 7, but Moore had a run of 8 earlier on, I think. But no, it should be a terrific game, and if they can actually win this Bairnsdale, and as I tip that Wonthaggi will beat Traralgon, then Bairnsdale go into the 5. So there's sort of incentive for them there, and Maffra have to win also to really keep themselves a chance of getting into that top 3.
So yeah, to really, there's 2 real top of the ladder clashes, and then as we say, there's the winner of the Wooden Spoon. So it's a huge round coming up for Gippsland League. So I think that's about it, and we might call it quits, and we'll see you all next week. Thank you very much for listening to us babble on. See you later.